Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice, because today is another episode of Frightful Fridays, in which I will be reviewing Autopsy. It is a 2008 movie, which is on Peacock, and it stars a group of people that I don't know of, except for two. There is Robert Patrick, best known as the T-1000 in T2, and Jeanette Goldstein, who I'm sure many of you would recognize. She's been in a zillion things, but she's probably best known for two or three roles. One, Vasquez in Aliens, the complete and total badass Marine. She was also Viper, I think it was, in Near Dark. But she also played in T2. She was John Connor's stepmother and was impersonated by the T2. So there's about the T-1000. So there is a T2 connection with two people that starred in the same movie. This movie is about a group of friends, five of them, three guys, two girls, two couples, and the, kind of smart-ass, fifth wheel guy, who are out partying in Nolens. I don't know if it's supposed to be Mardi Gras or not, but it's just they're out partying on Bourbon Street, are imbibing in some libations, a wonderful amount, and then decide to drive to wherever they needed to go. That did not end well, because they wound up crashing into a tree. And then they found out that they hit some dude. There's some dude under their car who's dressed in like a hospital gown. And he's in bad shape. But they're literally out, or not literally, but they're out in East BFE. Bumfuck Egypt. Just middle of the night. It's, kind of a 1-2 lane road, middle of nowhere, and no cell service. And all of a sudden they see an ambulance, or hear an ambulance coming up. Its sirens are going, and it turns out that these guys were out looking for this dude who had escaped from the hospital. And right then you know something's up from the way these guys look. Got one bald guy with heavy neck tattoos and all that. And this actor, he usually plays a bad guy. You'd recognize him if you see him. I don't know his name. But he usually plays a bad guy in everything, and very effectively. He's just got that look, and he's very good at playing a bad guy. And another dude, they're the ambulance drivers, and they just throw this guy on the thing and shove him in there and say, "Oh well, you guys have been hurt. We need come with us. You can get checked out." Which me would have raised flags, the way these guys looked and the way they treated the patient. But anyway, they hop into the ambulance and they go and show up at this hospital. And this hospital is, out in the middle of nowhere. And they're in the waiting room with this really kind of freaky nurse, played by the aforementioned Jeanette Goldstein. She's got that forced politeness about her, and there's just something kind of creepy about her. And there's nobody else in the place other that they can see other than the two of them, other than her and the group. And that's the kind of the setup of the movie. And you finally meet Robert Patrick as the doctor, and he is more kind of creepy and more forced polite than the nurse, and you know right away that there's something up. But, they really have no way out. I mean, the one guy, it turns out that he had this huge piece of glass, stuck in him, and they have to, he wound up pulling that out of him, so he's bleeding all over the place, so, they have to wait for him. And things start going weird, and you see, kind of more and more going on, and the situation gets a little bit out of control. It's the typical, stuck out in the middle of the nowhere in a freaky hospital type story. I've seen a lot better. I've seen worse. But it is the best I can say about this is it's kind of mid, kind of a meh type thing. Jeanette Goldstein does a really good job playing, the nurse, and Robert Patrick, he can play creepy. I mean, this guy is no, Kevin Spacey creepy. He's no, Christopher Walken creepy. But he's good at menacing. What I think some of the thing is so I thought I saw something on the TV. I thought it was off. But those two and the Wards do a good job with their acting. Some of it is just the writing, like the motivations on the girl, the main girl, it's kind of hard to tell. She jumps to conclusions and stuff. Like, you can tell she might be thinking something, and she'll ask a question like she suspects something, and then when the answer isn't right, she doesn't do anything. There's a point where she manages to get a phone and call the police. I mean, you sort of get the impression that this place is way, way, way out there. And the cop response time is within a minute or two. Okay, something happens to the cop. He doesn't respond. He's out of contact in a situation like this. You'd think they'd send more, but cops never show back up again. So it's the right. A lot of it is the writing, and like they'll set up something like this. People suspect something, ask a question, and then they don't follow through on it. They have a setup with the police showing up, and then don't follow through with it. It's like, oh well, this cop is investigating something at a place that's been shut down for 3 years goes out of contact, we're not going to send anybody else. So there's certain things that you're just like, dude, this is not good. This is just bad writing. But overall, it's kind of an entertaining movie until the very last few minutes. For me, the last couple minutes of it fell apart because you're just like, what does this even mean? Why is this happening? Why, what? No, this just doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure that I could recommend this movie for anything other than, you want to watch a horror movie, you like Robert Patrick, it's Friday or whatever, weekend, whatever you don't have anything else to watch, throw this one on. But, no. I mean, I'll have to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it's shot effectively. It looks good. There is sort of a creep factor in the mood of it. It does have it's very well shot, especially within the hospital. Some of the effects in there are, a lot of them, they're all practical. Look really good. I think the problem with it is a little bit more on the writing aspect. They set stuff up and they don't follow through. It's just like, this wouldn't, cops swear that, and yes, I know it's a horror movie, it's not supposed to happen, but, excuse me, it's just certain things. So I'm just going to sit here and say 2.5 out of 5. Say watch it if you want. I wasn't too impressed with it. But anyway, let me know if you watched it, what you thought of it. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, possibly share, and enjoy your horror movies.